over the weekend, the newly released film Oppenheimer drew thousands of people to the theater, sharing the story of how the atomic bomb was created and tested not that far away from us in New Mexico at the Trinity site, but that wasn't the only testing that was done. KTSM 9 News reporter Carla Draxler joins us in the studio tonight. Carla, you were able to talk with a 96-year-old Navy veteran from Las Cruces who actually shared his story about having witnessed an atomic bomb go off. What more can you tell us?
Well, Andy, Richard French was in the Navy during World War II and was a part of a top-secret Operation Crossroads. This was the operation that took place after the Trinity site testing and after the bombings in Japan. He got to see 2 atomic bombs go off himself. There aren't many who have seen the atomic bomb go off and lived to tell the tale.
They made us turn away from the weapon, the flash.
But Richard French is one of them.
You can see the Navy, it's got an anchor there.
He was a part of Operation Crossroads at the Bikini Atoll in the Pacific.
It was dropped from aircraft 30,000 feet.
The 2 nuclear bombs were tested after the Trinity site testing in New Mexico and the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan.
We were all radioactive.
He describes how different the blast looked from the Shangri-La Navy aircraft carrier he was assigned to.
It was all in color because it was blue, and then this big cloud, it was breaking, it was white, but it was breaking open, and you see all this red, I guess it was radiation.
He remembers the procedure after the operation.
And we had to take everything off the ship, sandblast it.
Even some questionable practices.
Radioactive paint on the ship they would take out through the Golden Gate and dump it out there, which you can't do it anymore, but that's what they were doing then.
But what struck him the most was seeing the military footage from Japan.
They'd show like a cement bridge, and you see like a blob there. Well, that was a human being, you know, it was just cooked.
And for some of his fellow sailors, radiation was fatal.
I basically survived, I guess.
He survived to pass on the stories to his son David.
Like my dad had told me about all the different colors in the mushroom cloud.
Who also served in the Navy, now making sure his father's memories are not forgotten.
Definitely be, damaged, a lot of people killed if there was ever a nuclear war.
David even told me he had just watched Oppenheimer and it made all the stories his dad was telling him more real. And both of them hope the film serves as another reminder of how devastating nuclear weapons are. Reporting in studio, I'm Carla Draxler. Back to you, Andy.